Bob Monroe. Bob helped so many people. Mr. Monroe helped so many people to learn that out of body experience technique. And if you listen to
Hi, this is Daniel Laxtons, and you're listening to the Ultimate Reality Surfing Program. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that way you can always get this awesome content for helping you to create the best life ever. Hey everybody, this is Daniel Laxtons. You're listening to the Ultimate Reality Surfing Podcast, and got my buddy Ronan with me.
What's up?
Hey, so if you just finished listening to the last podcast, then we were talking about astral travel. We were talking about lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences. And so we thought we'd break the show up into two. And so this is the second half. Hey, Ronan, how should we get going now?
What's the differential on whether I'm having an out-of-body, a heart attack, or an astral projection, or a psychic attack? Help me, doctor. They're not really going to help you, but we can let you know which is which.
And remember, when you're doing these things, be smart. You could be a smart astro projector, or you could be a dumb astro projector.
That one hurt me. I don't know if it hurt you guys, but it hurt me.
Was that a dad joke? Was that a dad joke?
Since we're talking about it, Bob Monroe. Bob helped so many people. Mr. Monroe helped so many people to learn that out-of-body experience technique. And if you listen to him and you go back and listen to his books and just take time to go through your focus sessions and your meditation, you will get to the point where you begin to have these warbling sensations, these, resonant sounds that sound like your furnace is going to explode, and that's a sign that you're ready to leave your physical body. You're ready to transfer that consciousness into your non-physical body, even though you're still alive. And it's what you should probably all strive for when you're doing the when you're doing the out-of-body experience practices.
Yeah, I got the whole sound of that train coming, and I kind of chickened out. I panicked.
I had an experience that chickened me out too. I was doing a lot of meditation work with William Buhlman, and this is probably in the early 2000s. And I made a mental note during my day to get help leaving my body. So I went through my relaxation techniques in bed. You shouldn't do it in bed, do it somewhere else. But I asked then for help as I was slowly drifting off to sleep. And I felt this skeleton hand pulling my soul out of my body, which freaked me the hell out. When you have a skeleton reaching into your body, it's a very Grim Reaper kind of a feeling. And I thought, whoa, let's put a stop to this right now. That shut down my experiences for a couple of years.
Yeah, well, and you've actually been out of body before, and you want to tell that experience?
I have had many experiences where I've been out of body and I see things that then I get confirmation on, or you're instantaneously able to travel anywhere you want to go. And you don't know if you're there. You kind of think you're there. Like I said, it's a 90% consciousness transfer into like an orb or a non-physical you. You can exist anywhere in space and time, and you're connected to anywhere in space and time. And as a remote viewer, as an out-of-body traveler, you're connected to any space in time or in distance. So you can go there, but you don't have the verifiability of knowing what you saw, because, what if it's on the other side of the planet? Well, when am I going to get to the other side of the planet to verify what I saw? And how can I guarantee that it will still be there when I saw it?
So,
but it's the same as being there. It's the same as physically seeing it, but like from a drone shot. And then you can move your trajectory and your perspective anywhere you are. But I always see things from like a 50-foot drone, and I'm approaching it as like a vector in or vector out. And it's instantaneous when I decide to make a shift into another location. There's no time sensation between moving from a pagoda in China to a pyramid down in Chile. It's like pop, pop, you're there and they're there. It's just automatic.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's no need for the speed of light. you know. But now let me ask you these two questions. One is, are there dangers? And if there are dangers, in which of these three type of experiences are there dangers that we can give them a warning on? And then let's just start with that.
I mean, in so much as you believe there are dangers, there are dangers. If you don't believe there are, you're okay. If you set yourself up for protection, you're okay. Cleansing white light, ball of energy, you know the drill. There are lower astral entities that are discarnate, and they're not human beings, but they're, despicable beings that want to suck on your blood and drain your energy and make you a worse person. And they're going to present situations to you where you think that you're dead, where you think that you're lost, that no one loves you, and or you're carrying a giant weight. Well, those are just experiences that they're trying to create because they relish your fear, and your fear is like an elixir to them. And
That's
so
what I'm
when you
saying. That's the reason why we talked about aliens in the previous episode, and then some of the draconian ones are feeding off of negative energy, negative feelings, negative emotions, and then I see that as also the pendulums in Vadim Zeland's book, where, and also not just his book. I mean, in the Kabbalion talks about pendulums, that there's these negative energy thought complexes that are feeding the more negative emotion that you feel. It makes the pendulum swing back and forth harder, and then it sucks you even more deeper into it. So I'm just wondering if each of these concepts are actually the same thing, the same type of entity, but it's not, but it is. But you know what I'm saying? It's like what we're talking about, duality. Everything is and it is not at the same time.
Well, I don't like to bring it up because when you bring it up, you bring it to you.
That's true.
But there are balancing forces in the universe,
That's
and
true.
the more debaucherous your activities become, lecherous your activities become, the more you're swayed along that path of darkness and repetition, which feeds those entities, which capitalize on it, which then you feel like you need to give them more and more and more. So it's a vicious cycle that is very difficult to break, because when I look at people and see their bad habits, it presents itself as attachments in the 5D realm. So when you look at someone, you can see through their filter that they have existing in the 3D, and you can see, oh, you've got an attachment here, you've got an attachment on the top of your head, you've got an attachment in your neck, and you can see what you can't see those entities, or I can't. Some people can, but I can see that they have entanglements to the negative forces.
And remember, that's what they've done with quantum physics when it came to the particles, quantum particle entanglements, and we can see how that corresponds to. So, how do we get untangled? Well, I'll give you. Vadim Zeland says that he says you can dance with it, meaning that you toy with it, and pretend that you are what it wants you to be, and yet you're holding in your consciousness that I understand this, because once you understand it, then you can get a little bit free there. The other thing is to do the opposite of what it wants, because if you do the opposite, then you become maybe a bitter flavor. They let you loose because now they're not getting the energy they need. So the third one, the best one, is the laugh. If you laugh, it cancels out any of the negative energies. It just messes up the vibration for them. So
I
it'll let
laugh
you
at
loose.
highly inappropriate times.
You
Yes.
do. Yeah, so those are three things to do. But now, as far as protecting yourself, which of these is the most dangerous? The only one I heard is like, well, it's even astro travel. So if you go too far, I think even Vadim Zeland says this too, that and I think Frederick Dotson, but you could actually end up, you may fall in love with this other version of you in another dimension too far away, and then your body here will just die in its sleep. But you'll be alive, but you're just going to be in that other place, but it just suck for your friends and family here. You know what I'm saying?
And you keep bringing me back to my favorite movie, Daniel, Jet Li, the one where he goes into
And
every
seeing
other
it.
multiplicity, every other dimension, and kills himself to become the most powerful Jet Li there is.
That is hilarious. Nope. Yeah, I bought a VCR and bought that movie, and then the VCR wasn't working, so I took
I'm
it
sure you can
back.
watch it streaming now. Yeah, it's all, we're in the future now.
I gotta
I don't
watch
know
it.
if you can fall in love with those other entities of you. I don't know if you can imagine yourself there. It's another quantum jump into those realities. And you're not doing that with out of body experiences. You're more seeing what your physical realm is right now. And you don't necessarily change your frequency. And I think with quantum jumping, it's more of a frequency change and a vibrational shift.
Hmm.
Whereas in our out of body experiences and our astral travel and our psychic projections, we're just seeing what's here now for us, and that's what we get. And I know there's some people saying, well, Bob Monroe went to this parallel world. He did, but that was an out of body experience that he had. Again, I bring it back. Let's take that experience that he mentioned where he goes through the portal, he turns and twists, and he's in another guy's body and he's driving a weird car with a weird family. And let's take a look at that as remote viewers and see, where the hell was Bob Monroe when he was experiencing that? Was he in an alternate reality, or was he in a future reality, or was he just in a dream state? We could figure it out, but I've never looked at it.
Yeah, I'd like to know. So I hope we've been helpful in sharing these or not concepts, but what we've learned about um, lucid dreaming, astral projection, out of body, and I hope it brings more clarity. But to be honest with you, there is a lot of different teachings from different teachers that are slightly different, and that's the reason why I think it's fascinating to explore and find out, because whatever we choose to believe in ourselves, like Ronan was saying earlier, that if you're afraid or if you think there is danger, then there will be danger. But if you realize that, no, I trust me, I trust my higher self, that when I'm doing any of these things, I'll always be safe, then your nightmares go away. I don't have nightmares, you know. um, and if it is, you can actually turn your monsters into pets or friends if you practice this in your lucid dreaming, you know. Have anything else to share, Ronan?
Hey,
Oh,
I would
pets.
just check out William Buhlman, Buhlman, if you're interested in some more science-related ideas about leaving the body. And if you're interested in leaving the body, you can check out Scott Rogo's book, Rogo, or just Google it up. I'm sure you'll find 100 examples online of meditations you can do. Thanks for letting us tickle your brain today. We had a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Hey, Ronan, let people know how to find you, because they may want to take some remote viewing classes through
If
one
you're
of those
interested in
tabs.
remote viewing projects or services or learning Awakening Self-Healing, a course that I teach, you can Google me up at Reality Forecast, or you could go to my YouTube channel at Reality Forecast, where I try to post meditations and my musings on the week. And Daniel's there too.
Absolutely. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that way you can always get this awesome content for helping you to create the best life ever. Run over to ultimaterealitysurfing.com and download a free copy of Designing Your Perfect Reality. So, thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.